Hey girl. Hey girlfriend. Look how respectful she is being. So respectful. You would never know that this dog wanted to chew my face off 4 days ago. You would never know that right now. So I'm not gonna go straight into the Halti right now because this is a social thing. She's offering me the highest level of respect through a social interaction. She's not trying to take advantage of it. I'm not being emotional. I'm sharing. We're bonding. This is fantastic. And so I don't want to go straight into something that she doesn't understand when we can just nurture what we've done all week. No way, shape, or form. This is high level respect. You can see every time she looks at me, her ears go back, and she's, I mean, totally different than first day, second day, and even third day. This is just awesome. It's a great dog. Great dog. Had some confusion and some misunderstandings. Doesn't mean that, you know, she gets confused again. She's not going to try to express herself in a reactive way. It's just when we can understand what's going on with the dog, and the dog can then understand that we understand, they don't want to react in an outward, you know, physical way anymore. They want to cooperate. You can see nothing but the idea of cooperation. Lowered head, we might as well be in Hong Kong and bowing to me, you know? So now we're going to go ahead and end the social event. Now she's going into smelling all the dogs, so I'm not going to interrupt that. Every dog that I touch today, her nose opens and smelling. If she's done, then we'll move on. It's not social now, it's there we go. So, a lot of times people put a new tool on the dog when they don't understand it, and they put a tool, see, like, yeah, that's nice. They put a tool on it really fast and cause confusion about the tool. I want the dog as best as I can to be in the most relaxed way. Let them smell the tool, let them check out the tool, let them lick the tool, even put the tool in their mouth if they need to. She's kind of a little avoidant because she knows something's going to happen, but that's okay. Stress is a good thing when you're learning. Negative mental stress is not good. This is going to be a positive form of mental stress, and it's through education. Hi, sweetie. There we go. Now she's gearing herself. Yes, hello. See, this is when you really want it. I'm not going to try and chase it and put it on her, because then I'm nurturing the evasion or the avoidance of the tool. So you can see the posture is a little submissive. That's good. This is a new thing. So she's not trying to evade or control the outcome. She's surrendering to the process. She's in a cooperative state. We are in that hierarchical pressure zone where we are working together. She wants, what do you want from me? How can we work together? As you can see already, this is a confining tool. It's over the muzzle. It's awkward. You know, it's like having braces you're like, what? What's going on? So instead of getting her to the point where she wants to try and control and get this thing off, I want to get it at low level. When she lifts her paw, that's her trying to control. If I don't do anything and I allow her to get to that control level, then it goes into this. Then it goes up to 100. I don't mind that she's saying, I don't like this. I don't like this. Tell me about it. I hear you, but unfortunately it's going to be part of your uniform. And once you accept this as your uniform, you're going to really love it. You know, I didn't really like wearing a uniform in the Marine Corps. After a while, that's who I am, right? It becomes who you are. It becomes part of you, an extension. It becomes a benefit. It's not supposed to be something negative. I'm not saying good girl for having this on. I'm just sharing social interaction while this is on there. And then she's accepted it here. As soon as we start moving, she may not accept it. And as soon as she starts going into this and in this, before it gets to this, I'm going to interrupt it. To back to here. 0 to 1 to 0 to 1 to 2, back to 0 to 1 to 2 to 3, back to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, back to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the perimeter. In the core, the center, the magnetic, that's right. Goldilocks, I'm just right. You can see, I'm just right. She's just angling her whole energy, her whole being to me. And so she's telling me she's ready to go to the next step of this education. I expect that she's not gonna like it. Right there. Why would I wait until she gets her paw and her nails in there? Why would I wait until she gets her paws and nails in there and starts to rip it off and maybe rip a nail when I know that lifting her paw will start to go to grabbing it with her paw, will start to pulling her head with the paw. I know the pattern, so why wait until it's at 100? You saw right there, she started to lift her paw. I don't need to do this. See, she's complaining, but she's not committed to the complaint. You see that? Right there. We can cooperate. When she, hey. Right? Before she goes into reflex. There we go. All this, that's complaining about it. I'm not going to keep walking when she's complaining about it at that level, because then she's going to go into the physical form of control. This is just the psychological. This thing's on my face. I don't like it. So I'm letting her right now deal with this at this level. If it starts to get to a level where it's problematic, I'll just end it. Incrementally, not punishment, not over, just a speed bump in the road, because this is a school zone, right? I'm just slowing it down. And so she's back to 0 on her own. The more she can accept this, I know that if I just take this dog out, she's gonna get to this level and try and get it off. And if I get out into the deep end and she tries to get it off and she gets it off, now she's learned I can get it off. We haven't even been 10 minutes and she's already back down to 0 and accepting this right now. The longer this is on and she's in this state of mind, the stronger that foundation and understanding that this isn't a problem will be when we get to the point where she can't handle the temptation of whatever it is her issues are, and then we apply pressure with this, she will accept that this is the way to go. So Now that she's here, I'm gonna go ahead and move again and see if we can, in fact, I want her to feel the need to try and take it off, so I can show her she doesn't need to take it off. So last time we didn't take more than one step before she tried to take it off. This time we've taken 20, 30 steps, and she's not trying to take it off. I'm not going to put information on her right now of what I can do with the pressure. I just want her right there. Shh. I just want her to accept that this is part of the uniform. Shh. And even when she puts her paw up there, I'm not using the tool to change her state of mind. I'm using myself, my body, my entire being as the ultimate tool. So if I use the tool when she's disagreeing and uncertain and confused about it to stop her, then I'm just going to amplify the confusion right there. Shh. Nope. If I use the tool, it's already confusing her. Confusion is an accelerant. If I use the accelerant to try and calm her down, it's only going to explode. And so we're back at 0. We're going to go to 1. When we get to 2 to 3, that's when I'm going to start using the tool to communicate with her. So now we're going to go to 1. She's using the upper side of her paw, not even trying to use the grip. So I'm going to go ahead and go to 2, and I'm going to apply some pressure. And she's already given me, because we already set the foundation of what I want from pressure with just the chain or slip lead. This is a higher level sensitivity. So the second I even thought about applying pressure, she already gave me the predictable pattern, the behavior that I'm looking for. So now we'll go again. So when I get to 2, 2.5, 3, I'm actually going to be a little bit rude with the tool to get her to say, I don't like the tool. I'll still use my body to stop the complaint, but see, I just add that extra rudeness. And she's not disagreeing. She's given a lot of respect on how far away she is. There's that cooperative.
Perfect heel.
Yeah, so boom, boom, boom. I'm just being a little rude. You see, look at that. I mean, this is nothing, this is stupid that I'm doing this, but it's not stupid because I want to see if she's going to, because when the average human takes over, they're going to do things that are rude. So I'm just kind of mimicking it so that she can learn it's okay. Some people just don't understand. They'll get it, and you'll start to learn that it's okay. So now this time I'm going to use the tool to put education. So I'm going to apply the pressure. She puts her butt down. She gave me like one of these at the end. That tells me that she understands the tool. I don't need to apply as much pressure. If I didn't have this on and I use a slip lead or a chain, and I need 16 ounces of pressure to get what I want, this would already be 10 ounces. So if I had 16 ounces of pressure to something where I only need 6 more, so she's disagreeing, I am going to use it. Hey. I'm only going to use the 6 ounces because there's already 10, if that was the number combination I was using. I'm not going to use 16 on top of 10, that's 26. That's way too much. This right here is a sensitive area on the dog. We need to be gentle. We need to be gentle. But we also need to be firm about our intentions. See that? I don't like that. So now I'm gonna put some more information. Ready? See a little boop, 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 boop. Did that on purpose. She didn't do anything wrong. I just want her to understand that this is something that can happen with this tool. See, she didn't need a correction. I'm giving her the opportunity to understand how this feels in certain times. And if I don't put her in this when it doesn't mean anything, I'm going to put myself in a bad position when it does mean something. So once I understand she understands, well, then we can really be smooth. And then we can go out into the deep end. Little bit of rudeness. Now just a little bit of pressure where we're cooperating. See, none of this jerky. Because I just applied the appropriate amount of pressure to get the appropriate physical posture, a stationary, submissive posture where we can cooperate. This is all I'm going to do with her right now. The more often you do this, before you actually have to use it, see, nice, the easier it will be for her to accept that this is how we're going to communicate. I want to create an association of what this tool means. So sometimes a dog will react to the sound of that coming on or coming off. You see, she wants to escape, so she's not ready. You see, she wants to get out of it. Shh, shh. So when she goes like this, I just change the tool. So I don't want her to freak out about this. I want her just to calm down. When I unsnap this, if she goes into like that, she goes into that low level of evasion. Now it's the same thing. The same thing we just did to help her accept the tool. I have to help her accept that the tool is either on or off, and it's all right. I don't care if it's a prong collar. I don't care if it's an e-collar. I don't care if it's this. I want the dog to accept that this is the best thing in the world. So right now all I'm doing is a behavior expectation drill of how to behave when you hear that sound. See, she goes into that evasion. She's not ready for me. If I take this off right now, she escapes, and that's pause to the movie. You push pause and go to the bathroom. Push pause on the movie, you go to the bathroom. When you push play, it picks up where it left off. If I push pause when I take this off and she escapes, then I can't put it back on her properly because she will not want to have it on there. Hey. So we're back to day one. Now, shh. If she bites me, I don't care because I'm allowing her to express herself because this is frustrating. This is confining. She may not want me to put this back on, but I have to follow through. If I don't follow through, they will never, never believe you. She's had practice with asserting herself with her mouth at 8 months old. So yeah, I could correct her. She doesn't need that right now. She needs understanding. So now if I undo this and she goes to snap again, well then we're nowhere near ready to take this off. Just because we had success walking around with it, this is the very most important part. If she decides, if she decides she doesn't want this on, and somebody says, oh my God, she wants to bite me, they'll never put it on, and she will learn, I do this, you go away. So I'm doing slowing the brain down so that I can go back to, I want this to be the best, most important thing in the world that we can share. Hey. So I go back to the original thing, day one. It's all right. It's okay that she's saying, I don't like this. Shh. Shh. This is the wonderful thing about this particular tool, is that it has a secondary. If in that moment it's one of those head halters that doesn't have a secondary and she gets off, she gets away with a snap, well then she learns that she snaps so she can get away. I get to put this back on. I get to put this back on to help her understand it's okay that you can express yourself. She can tell me that this is uncomfortable. If I'm worried about her biting, she will bite. Behavior expectation drill. I am showing her not first what I expect from her. I'm showing her first what she can expect from me. It's the most valuable part. If you're going to be consistent with me, and you're going to be patient with me, and understanding with me, and you're going to help me get through this confusion, you're valuable. You're valuable to me. And so I want to get through this struggle as fast as I can so that I can give you what you expect from me. Because I trust that you're going to follow through without frustration, without anger, without fear. Now look, she's looking at me. I fully anticipate her snapping at me. But she just changed her mind, started breathing. So now, as a reward, I'm going to take this off so that it feels good, you see? And it feels good to have that off. The way it came off was the most valuable part. The follow-through to help her understand, I get it, it's confining. It's nobody wants to wear braces, right? Oh, we're reshaping the story of how our teeth look. We're reshaping the story of how we work with this dog. The only reason why I'm using this head halter for this dog is because the client doesn't have the skill level I have. So I want to give them an edge. And so I have to loosen the jar here and take the possible bites out of confusion, not aggression whatsoever. I'm not petting her saying she's a good girl. I am simply getting ready to put this thing that's uncomfortable on her. What do we do when we get ready to give a shot? We put a little alcohol on that. Especially for a kid, we put a little rubbing in there on that. So we get them ready. Whether we want to make sure there's no infection, whether we're just getting them used to being touched right there before the shot. There we go. Now she's with me. I don't care if this takes me 4 hours. By the end of this, she's going to say, where's that damn Halti? Put that thing on me. Because we can communicate. I'm not going to chase her muzzle around. See how she stopped breathing? I'm not going to move forward in this process. Until you start hearing again, she's got her mouth closed. I'm waiting for that mouth to open. There it is. Now I can go to the next level. She stopped again. So I'm allowing, I don't want her to bite me. I don't want her to continue to practice biting me. I want, because she's already practiced biting, I want when she goes to bite that there's nothing there. So she learns there's no reason to bite. None of her bites are out of aggression. She's a German Shepherd. She's got a chainsaw for a mouth and can do some damage, but there's zero intent to harm. Mostly it's just, I'm confused, I'm upset, I'm hurt, please help me understand. I don't know how to communicate other way. And so if we don't take that time to communicate with her that it's okay, we're just going to intensify the problem or suppress the problem and make it come up somewhere else. And yeah, you could use treats if you wanted, but I don't want to confuse the brain with food and give the food at the wrong moment where it's intent and the dog eats the food and I'm being rewarded for that intent. Right now, this is how dogs lick each other and soothe each other. I'm not telling her she's a good girl. I'm helping her calm down the way a dog would. You don't hear me going, good girl. I'll do that later. That'll be for me. But right now, I want her to know this right here and this right here are associated. Now, look at that. Now she's into it. And as she's into it, I just kind of roll that thing right off the end. Notice she's not pulling her head back to get out of it. She's keeping her head right there. That's what I want. See, now she's looking toward it again. Or she's getting tired of this. You know, she'd rather not have this happen. But until, there we go. Until she's completely fine, I can't leave town and let somebody try and put this on her. Right there could be a bite, you see? Just before the bite, she put her paw up to tell me she disagrees. So I'm not telling her she's bad. I'm just going to apply pressure until she takes her paw off of me. So you start following a dog and you become follower. Shh. No breathing. If I try to force this right now, I could force her into biting me. She's not saying I want to bite you. She's saying, do I need to protect myself through biting you? It's such a completely different thing. So why would I move forward right now? Her eyes are soft right now. I could probably go ahead and snap it. I'm looking for the little... Her eyes are soft, her mouth is open, she's aimed towards me, she's not thinking about getting out of here, see? Now this is actually the second time we're taking it off where she's okay with this. This has, and I don't know how many times we've done it, 20 or 30 times. We're now only 2 successful. I'm not gonna stop now. We've had 20 or 30 times where she didn't want it on. 2 times where she's like, oh, okay. That doesn't mean success. That means we're on our way to success. We're on our way to understanding and cooperation. But if I don't follow through every single time, wait. And see, she's putting her head in my hand. She's agreed upon this she's agreed with this outcome, and that's the confirmation. She's almost asleep. And so I'm gonna go for a third time of her just melting as I take this off. See, now she's did that little thing at the end, but she didn't pull her head. That's really what I'm focused on right now. So one more time, we'll get one more time. If we succeed one more time, I would say that's that's me loosening the jar. Now, if she snaps again, I'll start all over. I don't care if this takes another hour. What I do care about is how she feels and how she understands everything that I'm doing, what she can expect from me. Otherwise, I don't care how she expresses herself. Down the line, once she understands all the rules and she expresses herself inappropriately, well, then there can be a major consequence. She's just understanding how this is working. See how she's almost asleep? So there we go. Now, there we go, right there. That is the end of that. Now I'm just gonna follow through, put the leash on there, take this off. The best thing you can understand if you're gonna use the Halti or any head halter, if you don't put this back where you found it, you just toss it in the corner, you're gonna have a Rubik's Cube and you're not gonna be able to understand how to get it out. Always put everything back where you found it. You shut the fridge after you get your orange juice out, you put the car in park before you turn it off, you turn the TV off before you go to sleep. Just put it back where you found it. Yes, so now I'm gonna let her have freedom. I wanna see if she runs away from me, if she stays and says, I think it's okay for me to go away. She didn't explode away. She wandered off and is now exploring the environment. And that's what I want from her. That amount of time is what it took for her to understand that today, this is not a negative thing. Today, it's not a negative thing. If she hated this, she would be hiding, running and hiding away from me. She keeps coming back to familiar territory, where the magnetic center is. And I think that is a great understanding for this energy of a dog. This is the third dog we put a head halter on in 5 days, and each dog is completely different. But every single time I did the exact same thing. Took as much time as needed for that individual to understand what it is that we can do together to move out into the big world and cooperate and have no problems. Then to be able to pass that information on to the client. And with that, learn, practice, master, begin again.